What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Average Joe and J-Mo show, or welcome to the Average Joe and J-Mo show if you're new here. I'm J-Mo. This is the Average Joe.
Yeah, my name's Corby.
Yeah,
Why am I called the Average Joe anyway?
you were the one that thought of it. To be honest, I don't really know.
I was thinking about new names possibly
New
for
names?
the show. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe since I'm an ordained minister, I was thinking about maybe the minister of metal because we talk about metal music a lot.
True,
Or
but that's still very cringe.
How about the Reverend of Rock?
No.
I wanted to be the Sinister Minister, but I heard that there was a wrestler in the day named Sinister Minister.
Wait,
So
but doesn't sinister mean evil?
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't know,
You're not-
conniving kind of.
You're
thing.
not
I
an evil
just-
minister.
Yeah, maybe in a friendly sort of way, like the guy from Phineas and Ferb, was that Doofenshmirtz or Gru or one of those guys.
Okay, just carry on. Just carry on.
Anyway, speaking of wrestling, what have we been up to? We went to the ISPW
Wrestling show.
wrestling show last week to support our friend and your coach Dan Morrison, who is a wrestler. And we got to meet some cool people.
Yeah, we got to meet the famous Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer. Check this out. Yeah, Tommy, good guy. Good
Yeah,
guy.
really cool dude.
We got to meet a lot of cool people. We got to meet Maven, who was the first winner of the what is it, WCW? No.
WWE.
WWE Tough Enough. Wow,
That's
a
bad.
bad job on my part. I got to say, I want to say something about wrestling before we dive into the music. We could say whatever we want about it being entertainment and stuff like that. These guys really, really sacrifice for us.
For our entertainment.
Right, for us
Yeah.
to get a few cheers and stuff like that. I'm telling you, we got to go backstage, and these guys are beat up, and that's not a joke. And
Oh,
they
yeah,
do
it's
this
crazy.
day in and day out so we can cheer. So, go easy on the wrestlers if you're not a fan, because these guys really give up a lot.
Give him some props.
Yep, and they were again, couldn't be nicer people too. And Maven was he's a funny guy.
Yeah, it's really funny. Dave LaGreca, if you know who that is,
I think he's got a show on
Sirius XM. On Sirius XM, he seems like a total jerk in the ring, but when I saw him before the show even started, he's shaking some guy's hand and smiling. It's I'm like, okay, this guy's the biggest jerk, and he's being super nice to someone. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a lot of cool. But a big special thank you to Dan Morrison for setting us up with a really great experience there. We're gonna leave Vicious Vicky out of this conversation. Yeah, Jameson's
You don't even want to know.
Jameson's smitten, put it that way.
Okay, sure.
All
Anyways.
right, moving on. So we're gonna be doing a lot of music today.
Oh, yeah.
It's winter time, so we can't really do much fishing.
Wah wah wah.
Yeah, that's all right.
We can
Pretty
do
soon-
cooking. Cooking
Okay.
is an everyday thing.
Yeah, I think we're going to try to do a hamburger cook-off, I think, the next time. We're going to do something cool.
Hamburger. We'll see.
But we do have a lot of music to get to. So first order of business, we got to do our congratulations to
A bunch of bands.
a bunch of bands, all of our friends. First up, congratulations on Monument of a Memory signing a new record deal. And they got new music coming. I'm telling you, there are not nicer guys. You hear the music.
And they sound like evil sinisters.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. A bunch of great guys. So big congratulations to Monument of a Memory
Oh, yeah.
for their new record deal.
Yeah.
Next, we have next month, Forever May Fall is dropping a new single.
Nice.
I believe it's called Afterglow. And
Yes.
I spoke with Jillian, and we are going to do a reaction to a video for that.
Oh, yeah.
When they put it together. So congratulations on them with a new single dropping. Hopefully, as we get a little farther into it, we'll get to see them live.
Nice.
Nice. Also, big congratulations to Eva Under Fire going on their first European tour
with Skillet.
And we just saw Skillet. We're going to review that concert in a bit, right?
Yep, that's coming up.
So that's huge. If there was ever a bucket list concert, it would be for me to see Eva Under Fire and Skillet in Luxembourg.
He's been talking about this for the whole entire week.
I would love to see them in Luxembourg.
He's been talking about this even at the Skillet show. It's really funny.
I just like saying that name, that country name.
Luxembourg.
It's like Beyond Borg, but Luxembourg. No, never mind. That's
just shh.
But so big congratulations to them. And then also, boy, Eternal Frequency got a huge year going.
Oh, yeah.
They're nominated for a couple of Central Pennsylvania Music Awards. They've already won one for their social media presence. They got a company called Mindtrip Media.
Go check them out.
Yeah, they got good stuff there. We'll plug some information for Mindtrip Media at the end of the video there in the description. But they are playing Blue Ridge Rock Festival, big festival. They're going to be playing with
a bunch of famous bands.
I mean, a lot of bands have declared, and a lot of bands still haven't declared. But you got a mixture of new bands. Like, who's some of the newer bands that are playing there? Current bands.
Eva Under Fire.
Yeah.
10 Years, if you know who that is.
Yeah.
I did see Gemini Syndrome is actually signed on that, which is really cool, if you know who they are.
That's pretty awesome. Atreyu's playing that, right?
Yeah. Yes, Atreyu and
Motionless in White.
Yes, we're not big fans, but Florida Type of Rail, you guys probably know who they are. I think.
And then there's a lot of classic people playing that too. You got Vince Neil,
Corey Taylor.
Corey Taylor's playing that. Well, it's CMF Taylor or something. We're not going to spell that out, but you guys could figure it out. Overkill announced. They were old when I was young. And we'll see. Maybe we'll get an Alice Cooper or a Kiss or somebody usually play on this. But Eternal Frequency playing Blue Ridge, that's a big deal. And I see they just announced a show with the Immortals, Galactic Empire.
And if you don't know who they are, I'm sure you do by the name.
If you have any kind of love for Star Wars and you don't know who Galactic Empire is, trust me, Google them, check them out.
This is your cup of tea.
It is like heavy, like symphonic metal, but it's all like the classic Star Wars.
Yeah, and they're wearing all like the Sith Lord
right,
stuff.
And like the drummer is Boba Fett, and Darth Vader's the guitar player.
Yeah, they came out with a song called "The Mandalorian."
It's really, really interesting, and if their stuff wasn't copyrighted, I'd throw a clip up right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Eternal's playing a show with them.
It's pretty cool.
I don't have the date off the top of my head, but I'm going to put that in the description as well. So if you're in the Pennsylvania area, you could check that out.
Yep. I don't know about you, but I think we should probably get into the Skillet review now.
All right, Skillet review. So Friday night, we saw Skillet. Who played with Skillet?
San Asonia, which was Adam, the lead singer, actually used to be in 3 Days Grace, if you know that, that band is.
Yep.
And then Theory of a Dead Man, which was the headliner of that show.
And yeah, Theory of a Dead Man headline. My understanding is it's a co-headliner. It's pretty hard to follow Skillet, but Skillet went first. Theory went second. So before we talk about it, let's play a short clip of the three bands, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Yep.
Voice of the
he's gonna stop talking for a little bit. Anyways, I thought all three bands were really good. Right? It was three, right? Yeah, three. We were obviously there for Skillet, obviously, but I mean, Theory of a Dead Man was really good. All of the bands really killed it. I thought Saint Asonia was super good. I like how they covered I Hate Everything About You by 3 Days Grace, just because Adam was in the band at the time.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I don't know if that's an offense against 3 Days Grace or maybe
just like appreciation.
I will say this, to kick off a show that's got Skillet and Theory of a Dead Man, though, they
really
held
cool.
their own. They were really good. You could tell that he's got experience as a musician.
Who?
Adam.
Theory? Yeah. Oh yeah, Adam. Yeah.
What? Skillet was second, right?
Skillet was the second. Yeah.
I gotta say one thing though. I do. So we had met our friend Wyeth, who we've met at other concerts. We met at another concert.
10 years.
10 years. This was our second time hanging out with him. And this guy, he just turned 21, but this guy, happy birthday, Wyeth. This guy pulled off a feat at a metal concert that I've never seen anywhere else before.
It was crazy.
After Saint Asonia gets off stage, he literally looks at me and goes, I think I'm going to go get a beer. Now, there's
like 30 rows behind us.
There's 30 rows of people packed in like sardines down on the floor. There's maybe 20 rows to our right and 20 rows to our left.
And it's general admission, so everyone will do anything to get to the front.
Yeah, so it's tight. It's really tight. And I'm saying to myself, this kid
is not making it back.
He's not making it back before the end, period, let alone before Skillet gets on, which was, I don't know, a half an hour maybe?
Yeah.
And he left, and me and the people around were just dumbfounded.
We were like, yeah, he's not making it back.
5 minutes before Skillet takes the stage, he just comes walking up with a beer.
He's like, what's going on?
Like it was, and I looked at him. I literally looked at him with my jaw down, and I promised him that this would be recognized because I've never seen anything like this before. And I said to him, I said, nobody was bothered. We were 2 rows from the rail. Nobody was bothered that you just plowed through all those people. And he was like, no. In fact, people actually helped me get here. So
that's the benefits of going to a Skillet show, I guess.
So Wyeth, and I don't even know your last name, you are a legend in the Average Joe and J-Mo show annals for pulling that off, because I could not believe that he made it back to the 3rd row with all those people. So congratulations to Wyeth.
First person to ever get an award by the Average Joe and J-Mo show.
And listen, I have to be fair too. The only reason why me and Jameson were as close as we were was because of Wyeth. He had the meet and greet with Theory of a Dead Man and was kind of made room for us and got us up there. So
thanks, man.
Much appreciated there. Next, Skillet.
Oh yeah.
It's our second time seeing Skillet.
What can I say? They killed it. 10 out of 10. 2 thumbs up. That's all I got to say.
The energy that John Cooper has is outrageous.
Yes.
Outrageous.
Also, I know John will never see this, but I still love you. So at the concert, he was doing his little talkity talk, and I just decided to scream, "I love you, John," and I couldn't even have a second to breathe, and he said, "I love you too," and I just went, ah.
I'm never gonna wash my ears again.
Never wash.
John Cooper told me he loved me. All right, well, quick decision: John Cooper, or Vicious Vicky, or Vicious Vicky and Jen Ledger.
Come on now, you can't.
All right, we're not gonna go there.
John Cooper and Jen Ledger.
Well, if you took John Cooper, I'd have a problem.
You're right.
All right. Anyways, moving on.
Okay.
Theory of a Dead Man, our second time seeing them.
First time we should have given more credit. They sounded great live.
Yeah, we did.
Both times.
Yeah, we saw him. We went to see him. Eva Under Fire opened for them, and we went
And 10 years.
And 10 years, and we went to really see those first two bands. We weren't that familiar with Theory, and we kind of bailed on them, and I feel really bad because
they were great.
Yeah,
They
they're a
killed it.
fun band, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, fun band.
They have a lot of antics and a lot of stuff. So they were a lot of fun. I would totally recommend anybody that gets a chance to
see any three of those bands.
To see any three of those bands, but Theory in particular. And we have it under good authority. Eva from Eva Under Fire says that the guys in Theory of a Dead Man are just the most incredibly good human beings.
Yes.
And I'll take her word for that.
And
so.
I heard someone say this, and I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Wythe, but I could be wrong. But whoever said it, I give credit. I forgot the lead singer's name. It could be Tyler. Tyler, yes. So he has, he gets nice and fancy for the gigs, and his hair, he had so much gel in his hair did not even move. Like his hair does not move at all.
Yeah, and listen, I got a message for that guy too. He started the show with about 20 picks on his mic stand while he played guitar, and he ran out of picks with 5 songs to go. So while I totally applaud him flicking picks out into the crowd and being generous with them, save some picks so you don't have to go borrow them from the other musicians.
He was stealing the guitars.
He was stealing the other people's
Pretty
guitar
soon,
picks.
there's going to be no more picks for the guitars. Tyler's going to have to start using drumsticks.
Very irresponsible with rationing his picks. So I'd like to see that improve before we see them the next
If you see this, Tyler. So
anyway, but we made a whole weekend out of it. The show was out in Reading, Pennsylvania, and there were a couple of extras that surrounded the show. First of all, before we get into that, First of all, a big, big, big thank you to Jay Hunter from irockradio.me for giving us 5-star accommodations for the show.
And 5-star breakfast.
Yes. Eggs, would you call them iconic?
Jay Hunter's it's almost like the McDonald's meal, the Jay Hunter meal.
So all joking aside, quick little plug, and we're not paid for it. We just really like the guy and really like the station. If you are looking to hear great metal, especially if you're at a passive place and you can listen to it on your computer, irockradio.me
has everything.
Boy, I got to tell you, for a guy like me, I'm 50, you get the Motley Crue, the Metallica, and even hidden deep classics, things like Scatterbrain, Mucky Pup. They even play the Cycle Sluts from Hell on there, which is a Beavis and Butthead favorite. And you get all the way up to the new current and
Varsity.
A big supporter of indie music, for sure.
Yep. You get the Eternal Frequencies, the Varsities, Evas,
Yep.
a bunch.
irockradio.me for sure. And now, do you want to take them into the spooky?
Okay. So not only is Reading, PA, or in general, our Skillet adventure, was it fun? So this is how I said it to my teacher. It was fun, but mysterious at the same time. And so what happened was we were on our way home, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the morning.
It was 1 in the morning.
It was so it was 1 in the morning, and we were in this remote road. So picture this road.
We're on our way from Reading to Harrisburg.
Yes, we were at a diner. We were on our way home. Picture a road with just trees, and that's it. No cars, no people, no animals,
no
nothing.
Lights, nothing made by the hands of man, nothing.
And so I didn't know where we were at the time. I was sleeping. Out of nowhere, my dad decides to wake me up from my beauty sleep, but I'm glad he did. The reason why he waked me up because he said, buddy, there's a car crashed in the middle of the road. And I looked at him like he was crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Literally, I'm driving, and it's pitch black, and I just see a blinking yellow light. And as I approached it, it was like a 2020 or 2021 Honda Civic sideways in the road.
Hazards on, obviously.
With the hazards on, and I creeped by it very slowly, and there was nobody in the car.
And there was not a single person in sight.
So as I creeped past it, because I was driving by very slowly, the entire passenger side was completely wiped out. It was skinned.
It was skinned completely.
Check the picture out. I got a picture of it.
Now, you can't... What could that possibly be? That can't be a deer, because a deer does not do that.
No, it would have to be a deer the size of, like, an elephant.
Of, like, an 18-wheeler, yeah. So we were trying to figure this out at the time, but, you know, that's well, not really. My dad decided to call 911 and tell him what happened. The lady asked if we saw a house or anything, and we said no, but when we drove up and we saw a house. We told her the address. Okay. First responders are coming. But there's other cars coming at the same time. So while we're talking to the lady, we start losing service because everyone is calling.
Well, that's what it was like a horror movie, and it's like, so we roll up this dark car. I didn't want to get out of the car. Like, I'm not afraid to see like a dead body, or if somebody was hurt, like I want to help them. But I couldn't see anybody in the car. But I was afraid that if I get out of the car, I mean, there's literally nothing there except me. It was a horror movie,
and I was snoozing.
And I'm afraid that I get out of the car, somebody jumps in my car and takes off, like we used to do to people when we played Halo in the Jeep. Like, no, but it was like I didn't. So that's why. But when I called 911 to make it worse, like the lady's like, "Can you hear me, sir?" And I'm like, "I'm in the middle of nowhere."
Like, help. Okay. Whole thing happens, dramatic scene. Where I'm still like, I'm like,
hey, can you do that again?
I'm like shook over here, like, what is going on? What is happening? Ending of the world. Anyways, so we drive by, and right away I start hearing the, and I'm like, okay.
And you know, here's the letdown. That's it.
That's it.
Like, that's it. We left. After 911 got there, we just left. We don't know what happened. But the only thing that I can think of, there was no car around.
No person.
There was no other car around. There was no person. There was nothing. The only thing that I can think of is Bigfoot got him. That's it. That's all. It had to be that. Crazy, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to think. Like, it was just very mind-boggling.
Weird. Bigfoot, I'm telling you.
Whatever.
All right. We have anything else we need to get to?
Yes. There is something. Big shout out to Dale's Drum Shop.
Dale's.
There we go. That was on the way back before we went to Shady Maple, if you know what that is. We went to Dale's Drum Shop just to check it out, and it was a really cool place. I'm really having trouble pointing.
This place had a lot of character. I got a little walkthrough video just so you guys could check it out.
Yep.
Jameson at Dale's Drum Shop. That had to be the most interesting store. Not even just a music store, but a store.
Just in general, yeah, it was really cool. I thought it almost looked like a house that was like remodeled.
And friendly people too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
really
like an
cool.
old house, and it just went on and on and on. It looked a lot smaller on the outside, and then you get in there.
It was pretty big.
Just drums, no guitars, no basses, no triangles, just drums.
You could probably find one in there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, percussion.
Big shout out. The only reason why we found this place is because of not the lead singer, the drummer of Lyndhurst, a band out of Pennsylvania, Mark. Thanks to him.
Yeah, good call, Mark. He told me about that in the Eternal show. So
yes, thanks, Mark.
We stopped up there, and we'll go in there every time we're in Harrisburg. So
definitely.
If you guys are in the central PA area and
you're a percussionist,
even this is gonna sound really silly, and it's gonna sound like I'm really pushing hard. But if you guys don't even like drums, it's a cool store to just go in and walk around. It really is.
Just like fool around with like the instruments, because like they don't care if you like play like the cymbals or anything like that.
All right, so that's
really
all for this week. So the next episode, we're going to be cooking burgers.
Oh yeah.
And we're not just going to be cooking any burger. We're going to be cooking healthy burgers. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, definitely.
And we also got the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards. Like I said, Eternal Frequency is nominated for 2, and they're winning 1 for their social media. And we're going to be in attendance for that. So we got a special garment for Jameson in honor of that. Why don't you show him what you're going to be wearing to the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards?
Thanks to Jay Hunter. I'm going to be wearing this.
Come on, how awesome.
I'm going to be wearing this killer, what is this? What is a blazer?
It's a blazer. And it's a blaze, literally.
So funny.
But yes, so we're going to be definitely reviewing the awards, and hopefully Eternal will take them home.
Yes, apparently Brett Michaels is getting an award, so that's kind of cool.
I think he's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't think he's going to be there, though. I think he's too good for that.
He's too cool. He's too popular.
But anyways, listen, as always, too, the silliness is a good distraction, but we're very big on the mental health thing.
Definitely.
Suicide rates, depression, anxiety, all of these things
are growing.
Seem to get worse year by year by year by year. So if you're feeling alone, right, what's the number we're calling?
988.
988. You don't have to walk alone. Lean on a friend, lean on a stranger. Check in with your friends. It's very, very important. You don't want anybody to fall by the wayside. And on that note, we're going to take it out of here.
With a good note from John Cooper.
Yeah, John Cooper, killer words. And with that, have a good night, guys. We'll leave you with Cooper.
We'll see you.
And we need to feel better. It's been a hard few years. Every concert, I meet somebody that comes up to me and they say, John, I struggle with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. I attempted suicide. I met people that say, John, my son killed himself during the break. I came here tonight for a little bit of therapy to get my mind off of what is happening. I meet people like this every concert we play. Skillet is here tonight at the risk of sounding cheesy because we want you, people that are struggling with those kinds of mental health stuff, we want you to know that you are loved, that your life matters, that this world will be a worse place without you. And I don't just say that because it sounds good. I believe that every single one of us is absolutely unique. There's nobody like you on the planet. You were created and you were designed specifically. And that's why my favorite book in the whole world says this. Maybe it can encourage you. My favorite book says this. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. That's good news.
Go, Jesus!
Tonight, but I hope this song means something to you because it is for you. And I want to dedicate it to the person who gave me hope when I had no hope, gave me a future when I had no future. That is my number one hero, Jesus Christ.
I almost forgot. If you like what you hear, like and subscribe. Also, respect wildlife.